Hi there! I am going to show you in this video how I join my blocks for the Rays of Light quilt blanket afghan. You're going to need a crochet hook that is similar in size to the needle you use to make the blanket, and you're going to need some yarn. I have a light colored yarn that I'm using to join these lighter panels of squares blocks. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold, you need a slip stitch on your needle, and you're going to hold your two wrong sides of the squares together. And what you're going to want to do is go up under, you're going to look at your selvage stitches, and you want to go from bottom to top under the inner leg of the loop on the lower square or on the left hand square, depending on how you're looking at it. And then you go over here and you want to go from bottom to top on the inner leg of the top loop on the top square. And all this time you want to keep your working yarn beneath these stitches that you're picking up. Go ahead and pick up a loop and pull it through, and you want to keep it pretty slack, pretty loose. This doesn't have, you don't want to pull it like nice snug against the needle. Give it some flexibility so that when you block your blanket, it can block and it's not just sort of smushed up together. So again, you go through the inner loop, over your working yarn, through the other inner loop, grab it, pull through. One more time, under the loop, over the yarn, under the loop, grab it, and pull through. So I do not know if there's, I'm a knitter and not a crocheter. I do not know if there's an official name for this technique. I'm calling it Ashley's flat crochet join. If you know the real name for this technique, I would be happy to learn about it. I'm also going to show you now when we get to this corner. So the corners you kind of want to fiddle with and make them work how they work best for your blanket that you're making. So you can see so what I'm doing, I'm coming to the end of a seam here, and the next one that I'm going to join, the next square I'm going to join is going to go along this direction. So I'm going to go get my square and I'll be right back. Alright, I am back and I've got my new square that I'm going to join. And before you do any joining of these, I would strongly suggest that you lay all your blocks out that you're planning on working with on a bed or a flat surface, and either leave them laying out if you don't have pets or small children, or take a picture so that you know which blocks you want where, and then that way when you need to go get the next block, you can do so without too much hassle. So, alright, so I have some stitches on the needle, hook, see, I'm a knitter, pull through. Now I am going to, you kind of get some flexibility to join. If you have some holes in the corners when you are weaving in your ends on the back side, you're going to have plenty of space to sort of fiddle with things, close the gaps. This isn't really a perfect joining method, so I'm just going to find a spot that looks good. My only thing is to pull the stitches through over the yarn and not with the working yarn on top. So again, you go through the bottom. Now we're going to do it following the technique, through the bottom, up to the top, pull through. And again, we're going to go through here. And this is through your cast on, cast off edge. I'm sorry, it's cast off in both directions. So the stitches, hopefully you cast off loosely. If you didn't, you will find that out. I definitely had a few blocks that I did not cast off loosely enough. So hopefully for you. But so the stitches might be just a little bit tougher to pick up than the ones that are going up and down the sides. So that's how you do it. And you just want to go along. I'll pull that tight for a minute. And so it's kind of hard to tell here we'll see if I can lay this out a little bit. But I take mine, I've been joining mine in this sort of diagonal zigzag up and down in one color, light, and joining all the lights to the lights. And you can see over here joining a zigzag, joining the darks that was already done. And so I'll take pictures of this. This will be easier to see in a still shot. But this is what these seams look like. They look real nice, especially against your reverse contrasting seams on your triangles. So that is how I join blocks for the Rays of Light quilt. Thank you for watching. I'll probably do one more video for the border. If you think this looks interesting, go ahead and find me ScrappyDaisyKnits on Ravelry, and you can also follow me at ScrappyDaisyKnits on Instagram as well. See you later and happy knitting. Bye bye.